Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Nick Nicolaas on behalf of Mining Interactive. I've got with me today Manfred Kurschner, the CEO and President of Astral Mining. Astral Mining is a company that has some stellar projects, and with us here today as well is Dr. David Terry, the Vice President and Director for Astral Mining. Manfred, as the CEO of this company, tell us a little bit about the company.
Astral has accomplished a lot in its short life. We've gone public only last March. We've succeeded in raising almost $3 million in funding. We've managed to turn up a brand new high-grade gold discovery in British Columbia, and we still remain a very low capitalized company with only 13.5 million shares out. So I think we've got a great start.
Excellent, excellent. And you've started off with the Jumpin' Josephine, I think, in southern British Columbia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got all of us jumping for joy over in the Grosser Group offices, and particularly Astral. But yeah, we're jumping for joy with those results.
Before we go on to the projects, it is always our belief that management is everything. And in this particular case, you seem to have management well put together, and you seem to have everything well in place for the company, for its future. So tell us a little bit about the management and as well as the relationship with the Grosser Group.
Well, basically the Grosser Group is able to provide the member companies with some real management depth. The technical teams are second to none. We have as many as 16 field geologists working in our different project areas. We're fully stocked with a fantastic array of technical people. We also get provided with accounting help, compliance help, and the ability for us to raise money. We've, through the Grosser Group, got worldwide contacts in the financial industry, in the brokerage community. So I think the management that Astral has is fabulous. I feel very fortunate to be working with that team. When I'm investing in a company, that's what I look for is management, and I can honestly say I'm proud to be working with the people directly with Astral as well as the Grosser Group.
Well, like I always say, management, is really everything, because it's management that competent management that identifies the projects, and the hard work of management is everything. So with having said that, let's turn to the projects, and I'd like to turn to Dr. David Terry and tell us a little bit about the projects and how you found the project, especially the Jumpin' Josephine, of course.
Well, Nick, the Jumpin' Josephine project is one that I've known about since its inception, really. It was discovered by several prospectors from the East Kootenays working for Kootenay Gold Incorporated, and they basically went out into an old mining district which had produced approximately 9 million ounces of gold over its history, and discovered a whole series of new gold showings. And I found this to be very, very exciting, and so I followed the story. And then when I was involved with putting Astral together, when it was a private company, we decided that this would be one asset that would be really good to have in the portfolio. And so as soon as we went public, we completed an option agreement with Kootenay Gold to earn 60% interest in the project.
Now, how is that project panning out as it stands today?
Well, it's really moved to the forefront of our property portfolio. It's exceeded my expectations. We started off early in the spring with an airborne geophysical survey covering the whole property, giving us good information on the geology and structure that underlies the property. And we moved on through the summer with a series of soil sampling programs, prospecting, rock sampling, and we wound up the program with a trenching program on the main, a prospect called the JJ Main, which turned out to be very successful. I knew that there was going to be some sort of a gold zone in that area, but the grade and the width of it has surprised everybody.
Yeah, now you've done quite a bit of trenching and kind of uncovered it is high level gold because there is hardly any overburden. So tell us a little bit about the trenching that you did and some of the results that you received.
We've done over 700 meters of cumulative trenching in the JJ main area, and we've uncovered a silicified stockwork zone which extends once you restore the movement on all the faults that have occurred in the area. It's a minimum of 270 meters long, and it's open in both directions to the northwest and southeast, and we have grades up to 31 grams over 7 meters sampling across this zone, so it's very high grade and extensive.
Significant and very exciting.
Yes.
Now this particular project is also in a mining camp that has produced in the past. It's just on the US-Canada border in Canada, and that has produced several million ounces of gold. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we're located to the northwest of the Rosslyn camp, which was the second largest gold producer in British Columbia. We're northeast of the Greenwood camp, which had the Phoenix mine, which produced approximately 1 million ounces of gold. And we're also just northeast of the Curlew district, which is down in Washington State, just across the international border. So we're right in between a number of significant gold producers, and we're very accessible. We're just north of, well, we actually straddle Highway 3, which is the Crow's Nest Highway, the main highway through southern British Columbia between Castlegar and Christina Lake. But we're in an area that, despite its good access, is extensively used for logging, and there's logging roads throughout the whole property.
So easy access.
Easy access in an industrial type setting.
So for all intents and purposes, this is just a great start for the company with the Jumpin' Josephine project. I like the name, matter of fact. And I would like to ask you, Dr. Terry, what about the projects in Nevada? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Certainly, Nick. We have 6 projects currently in Nevada. The listing property for the company was called the Gold Springs, and it's located in the area along the border between Utah and Nevada. We carried out a drill program on that this summer with some good results that are going to require follow-up work. We've got 2 properties in the northern part of the Carlin Trend, one of the prolific gold-producing belts in Nevada. And we've got 1 property at the south end of the Battle Mountain Eureka Trend. We've got a property, 2 properties actually, in the Walker Lane belt that we're going to be commencing a drill program on this week. These are gold properties as well. They're located in the central portion of the Walker Lane belt, which has produced 35 million ounces of gold over its...
very significant.
Very significant, yeah. And there's some big deposits there, such as Round Mountain. We're midway between the Paradise Peak deposit, which was in production by FMC Gold, and the historic Tonopah camp. We're going to be commencing with a 1,000-meter drill program distributed in 7 holes that can be expanded if we have good results in that first phase of drilling.
Now, Manfred, in winding up, you are off to a great start, and how do you see the company moving forward in the next month and the next year?
Well, like you said earlier, I think we're going to have a fabulous flow of news. We're going to be drilling the JJ property. David mentioned we're going to be drilling the Walker Lane, Royan Hills property. I think we're going to have a great gold market going forward this summer. We've got a company that's got low capitalization, only 13.5 million shares out, focusing in mining-friendly districts. No geopolitical risk for Astral Mining would be, in my estimation. And in this environment where countries are annexing resource properties, companies are being restructured, told to pay different taxes. I think Astral going forward has a safety margin built into it by concentrating in areas that are mining friendly.
Well, Manfred, thank you very much. I'd like to thank you and Dr. David Terry for updating us on all of the, as far as I'm concerned, stellar Astral mining projects. And we hope to see you soon again to update us again on all of the projects that you have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you. And there you have it. This is Nick Nicolaas on behalf of Mining Interactive signing off. But always stay tuned for more news.